Every time I use the sink, it leaks underneath the sink here. This is a true nightmare. Now what is not fantastic is that I am stranded here in the farm because indie campers rented me a camper van that is all broken all over the place. How they don't check before someone rent? I'm so pissed. So we've done a little tour of the farm. Let's go check our rental for season 4. Let's go. In today's episode, I'm not giving you the filtered version of van life. It's broken. I'm showing you what really happens when you rent a camper van, the good, the bad, and everything that leaks in between. And still, I did it anyways, because even when things go wrong, adventure doesn't wait. And stick to the plot twist end, where we spend the night in a farm from the Harvest Hosts app with an inspirational story and moment we didn't expect it. My name is Selena and welcome to my Utah Mighty 5 National Park season. We start by picking up our camper van in Salt Lake City, then drive the first long 300 miles to get to the first park, Arches. Park number 2 is Canyonlands. And next we make a quick detour to visit the Goblin Valley and the out-of-this-world Bentonite Hills. Back to the national park schedule, we visit Capitol Reef and take Route 12, the most incredible scenic drive to get to Bryce Canyon. And we finish up in grand style at the Zion National Park and a stop in the hot springs to relax and close out with a Backstreet Boys concert at the Sphere in Las Vegas. We have just checked out in the hotel with all the stuff that's coming to the van. And I still have to work and edit the episode that needs to drop in the channel while we will be in this camper van trip with no cell phone signal. I'm here working until it's time to go and pick up the van. And who is excited to check the van for the season? Because I am. And I can't wait. So let me get some work done, some coffee in, and I'll take you all to check the van soon. I'll see you there. So safety tip number 1, my Lyft driver just got here and the license plate did not match what was in the app. The car and the person, everything matched, but the license plate did not. She said she changed her license plate and didn't have time to update. Never get on a vehicle that you rented a ride if the driver doesn't match. Ask their name first. Don't ever confirm your name first. Ask for their name to make sure it matches. Look at that tiny picture, make it bigger, make sure it matches, and look at the license plate. And another trick, as soon as you get in the car, pretend you're doing a phone call if you're by yourself, and pretend you're talking to someone. Say, hey, yeah, I'm sharing my location live with you so you can follow me and know exactly when I'm gonna get to you. So this way they think someone is, know your location. Just don't make yourself an easy target. All right, let's be safe, ladies out there. Like in every indie camper pickup area, you have a help yourself shelf, and sometimes you find good stuff in here. And sometimes I don't recommend touching anything, but I was able to find some stuff. I'll show you what I got. So the best recommendation I can give you is first, close all the doors because you won't be able to see damaged, behind where the door is open, for example. Pop up the top and take pictures of anything that you see damaged in the vehicle. When you pick up your van, you want to make sure you also put the ladder together. Make sure you have all the pieces to make this sturdy, that it's working. And you want to pop the top open and make sure that any damage that is in here, you're registering. Next, you want to check for any broken items and things that are not properly working in your camper. For mine, the issue is that the leverage to flush the toilet was broken. So he had to work something else here that very inconveniently will keep this toilet. I need to prop it open all the time to try to flush. And this is something you use daily, multiple times. So this is an extremely inconvenience. Check for the cleaning list. I had hairs and stuff all over here. So he had to clean this again for me. The door is not latching, so this is gonna be opening when I travel. Take pictures of the way the cleanliness of the van is. They said they could not take these things off the floor. And of course, make sure after you check that nothing physical is broken, make sure everything is working. Turn your fan on, turn your fan off. Turn the pump on, turn the water. Turn your stove top. Turn the propane on. Check all the levels of what you have in your vehicle and how it's being delivered. And of course, just like any car rental, check the mileage and take pictures of everything. And again, remember to check upstairs. Another fantastic tip, take pictures of all the posters they have with information in the rental area, because if you need it, you have it with you. Camper picked up a little later than we expected with all the challenges we had to go through in the vehicle. But now headed to get propane because it's empty. And then we'll head to the camping store to be prepared. Time to get some gas and then hit the road. And I haven't eaten up to now. So I got some water and a little Hawaiian slider at the gas station. And let's get rolling because we are way behind our schedule right now. We have the chance of some dangerous wild animal encounters in this trip during the hikes. I got some bear spray to take with me. Also, I learned in these camping stores you can find amazing snacks. Next stop, we finally found propane. So we're getting some propane in the van. And then we just need food and we'll be ready to go. All right, the people at A store knew much better how to put the propane in the van. We are up at 2/3, which is definitely more than plenty. So now we need to get gas for myself, food. Let's go. Definitely the item I'm most excited to buy for the season. It's the Nespresso capsules for coffee. Now another item that helps you when you're cooking in the camper is to find this kind of ready pulled chicken. So if it's a day you don't have time to cook stuff, this is so handy to go. Now for the other days when I want to get more crafty, I got some ham steaks and I got some little sausage patties to cook. So that should help out. And the coolest thing always with a camper van is finishing your grocery shop at Walmart, propping the door open, and just putting it right in the kitchen, right in the fridge. So let's get this done. All right, everyone, the van is loaded. The van is taken care of. So let's head to this farm where we're gonna spend this first night before we start this adventure. And I'm so excited because we're gonna be able to get like fresh eggs and honey from the farm. So let's get there and take a tour of this van. Just got to our stay for the night. It's called the Cloudy Owl Farm, and this is a stay with Harvest Hosts. Not sponsored, but I cannot recommend enough a membership with Harvest Hosts when you're traveling with the campers, because you just feel safe in the locations that you're at. And there's no price in putting your head in the pillow in the van and being able to sleep versus when you're boondocking and not knowing, you know, if the police is gonna knock or something's gonna happen. And most of these places are gorgeous. There are farms, there are wineries. So I'm gonna leave the QR code down here so you can get a discount signing up with my QR code. And just look at this beautiful horse right here. Yeah. Hi. Gonna be spending the night here? Yeah? Let's take a walk on the farm and see what's around here. I just got fresh eggs and honey from their bees in the farm, so I'm super excited to be eating that throughout this trip. So let's check it out. And you guys, the drive here, all those mountains and all those beautiful like sightseeings, like I'm already, Utah, you're delivering, Utah. You're just not delivering wine. Story for another time. After we've done a little tour of the farm, let's go check our rental for season 4. Let's go. This is a very similar rental than we got in the other seasons. In our kitchen, we start right here with the fridge. And as you can see, we are loaded and ready for this season. Then here you have some controls, and this is the most important piece because this needs to be on for any electricity in the van to work. If this is bumped off by accident, you're not gonna be able to turn the lights or turn anything in here. So this is something that is good to know. For power in the van, we have some USB plugs all around. This will work on the battery of the van. The car plug will also work on the battery of the van. Here I have the light switch. This is for the outside, but since it's daylight, you won't be able to see. And then you see all around the van, you have more car plugs as well as USB, as well as regular power outlets. But keep in mind, the power outlets, the regular home power outlets, will not work. They'll only work if you plugged to shore power outside of the van with the cable. Since we're off-gridding, we're not gonna have that available. Here you have your stovetop with 2 burners and a nice view. Down here there's a extension for the countertop, which a lot of people confuse with a cutting board. This is not supposed to be a cutting board. This way you have more room when you're prepping food. Your sink with the water working. And you gotta be really smart when you use the water so you don't run out of water. This is how we check your water level, which we are right here right now. So we're good. And this you can know, oh my God, I need to conserve water a lot. Some more storage over here. I put all the cutlery and stuff to cook over here. Then down here I have some more food storage, paper towels, toilet paper, cleaning supplies. I like to keep this bag here to make it the trash for this kitchen area. Above we have more storage, and this is the one you always need to be careful when you open any top cabinets in the van, because things shift around when you drive, and when you open sometimes things will start falling down. Also really cool, look, this latch on the top. Nice, huh? Here I have plates and more things to cook, pots and pans, cups. Some of my snacks are here. I like to buy paper plates and make it easy on my trips. Something you always need to have is some Ziploc bags to start closing things that you open and you don't eat it all. Coffee. So excited about the new coffee machine we're gonna use. And now when you unlatch this, you need to make sure that you click and lock. Otherwise, this can open and everything will fall when you're driving. We have more storage over here. And then later we're gonna put our clothes in here. And there's another same cabinet in there. But you have a lot of space here. And this is your kitchen area. In the front of the van, you have the dinette. And you have a table that swivel so you can put it away when you're not using. You can literally take that out, put this table behind here. It has the little clamps that hold it, and you can have this area free. Both of the seats will swivel, so you can make a living room with 4 people right here. Again, this van is for 4 people to travel. You can have the driver, passenger seat, 2 people here with seat belts, and then you can put the bed there for 2 people to sleep. And up where you saw me checking when I got the rental, 2 more people can sleep here. Here are all your controls. So let's talk a little bit about how controls in a camper work. First thing, you have your panel to see the levels of what you got. LPG is my propane gas. I just fill it in. I got 2/3 of it in. You see 2/3 come up. And then I can check the battery, which is 2/3 full. And then I can check the gray tank. The gray tank is where all the water from your shower or your kitchen sink will go down to. So gray tank is that. Black tank is normally your caca. When you pee and when you poop, that's considered your black tank. My black tank goes only, it's separated on the toilet container. So that's a container that I'll have to empty out. And the gray tank is you pull on the side of the van, but at least here you can see if it's full, because if it is, you have to empty it out. Here you have your propane, battery level, where's the gray tank, your water pump, here's where you turn. Can you see right now it's on and off? So every time you need to use the water, you need to turn these on. Same thing every time you're gonna use the propane, you need to turn the valve on. The propane will go to heat the water for your shower, the van when it's cold. So you need to remember to turn this on, otherwise no hot water for your shower, no heater will be working. There's also a meter here that will tell you the temperature and then how much battery from the solar panel has been charged. Right now we're at 12, which is good. Here is where you use the heater. So see the heater for the van. And then you can turn the heater for the water, the fan. And right now everything is off. So that's good. This button right here, if you watched last season, this is to keep the water on your water tank from freezing. So if you're in freezing temperatures, you're gonna use this. We're definitely not gonna use this in this trip. Over here, continuing this dinette area, we have storage right here. In here, I'm keeping all my snacks for the hikes. My little bag that I keep all my electronics and ready to go with me. Of course, the popcorn we bought for this trip in the farmer's market. And every time you travel, you need to make sure these cabinets are locked into place. Otherwise, all of that will fall over. And because when you're driving, you can look back and take a quick look at the other cabinets and the fridge. And like, okay, everything is locked, let me drive. I normally forget this one and then things start flying over. So make sure you check that. Up in here, above the cabin, there is a storage area, which the ladder to go up is stored here. I also put my bear spray, the canister holster. I have my hiking poles. I have my hammock. I can't wait to use it this season. Now coming around, this is the bedroom area. We're gonna have it put together real soon. But here you can see how it looks like when the bed is up. You have all this storage down here. You have more drawers that you can store things. You have cabinets in here. Down here I have the shore power cable and the hose to put water in the van. I stocked in water. This is where they give you all the kitchen items for the van with indie campers. I have my luggage that I need to empty out. I have all my bedding stuff here to make the bed. And a nice view to the barn of the farm. And now to the part you all always ask about, the bathroom. How does it work? So same thing as you're driving, there's a latch so this door won't be flying open all the time. Ta-da! This is the bathroom, everyone. Let's turn on the lights. So here I have my shower. And the shower, once you turn the water on, you can control on and off. Because again, you cannot shower with water just flowing. You need to conserve the water so it can last. Here there's a little door to keep your toilet paper dry. Also, everything has a latch, so when you're driving, things don't go flying around. A little container that holds everything in here. This is the curtain we're gonna put down here to be able to shower. And the famous toilet. And Indie Campers this time gave me a broken toilet. So there's a latch here for you to flush the toilet. As you can see, there's no latch, it's broken. The guy from the store made a very bad temporary fix with this, and then I need to lift this thing up to be able to flush and pull it back. But this is what it looks like, everyone. And then when you open that flap right here, everything that is in here will go down there and then get sealed. And I always put water in here to keep the smell from coming up, but as you can see right now, it's not sealing. So I'm gonna have to deal with this on this trip. Let's see how that's gonna go. I'll keep you all posted. You have a nice size mirror here to get ready. All right, from here, let's take a look outside. Out in here, it's always nice to have that mosquito net. This is where they will fill the propane gas for you to cook. Another cool thing is that on the windows, they also have a mosquito net. So when you have the window open like I do right now, no mosquitoes are getting inside. And on the back, this is where some of those beautiful views from the bedroom are gonna be at. I'm gonna put this bedroom together and do another tour of that later. Back in here is where you can use all the panel controls for the water refill. I have, you guys, a very helpful electronic ebook with all the tips on how to use the panels, how to use the power, the electric system, everything you need to know when you rent a camper van for the first time, including this kind of complicated panel for filling water. If you are traveling for the first time, I'm gonna leave that QR code here for you to download that ebook and be successful on your first trip and not have to figure this all out. Make sure you grab that to make your trip easier. But now take a look at this. There's also a hose that I can plug in here and use water in the back to rinse my feet. Let's close this out. And on this side of the van is where you can plug this into power. Here, we're gonna check it later, but here's where you open up to remove the black tank that I mentioned that is underneath the toilet, and that comes out like a little tote, and you take to a bathroom and you dump. For the gray water that I was telling inside, this is how you dump it. So I open right here, and then water, see, I barely use it. So just water comes out that we used in the sink and eventually in the shower. And then over here is regular gas for the vehicle. Your van will either come with a hand brake, or there'll be a button over here that you always need to remember before driving to make sure the brake is released. And there it is, the baby that is gonna take us around all the mighty 5 Utah national parks this season. And look how beautiful this sunset is. I only thought I was done with all the issues with the camper van until I cooked dinner, but you won't believe what happens next. Cheers, everyone, and here's the story about wine in Utah. This is definitely not wine. So I went to Walmart grocery shop and I forgot to get the bottle of wine. So I stopped in a gas station, just like you would do in Florida, to grab a bottle of wine. I walked around, I can't see it, so I asked the gentleman that was on the cashier, and they go, you're not from here, are you? I'm like, no, I'm from Florida. And he goes, oh yeah, in Utah we don't sell wine in any gas station. I was like, oh, I forgot to get it at Walmart, should I go back? And he goes, no, they don't sell in any store, only in liquor stores. I was like, okay, let me go to a liquor store. So I go to the car, pull up the nearest liquor store close to me. They're all closed. And I'm like, but it's 6 p.m. So I called the lady in the farm that I'm coming, like, hey, do you know anywhere that I can get wine? And she goes, yeah, you won't be able to because it's Sunday and all the liquor stores are closed. Utah, how do you do this? How do you survive? So I had to go back to the gas station and get this like little seltzers. Take a look. You know, like I got a Bahama Mama, which is not bad. So I got a couple of that, and then I have a margarita down there too. Yeah, so puzzling that, you know, they do not sell that over here. So cheers to Bahama Mama and we're gonna go get those nachos. Dinner tonight is outside in this beautiful place. The sun has just gone down and it's this glow and all the sound of the animals. So it's gonna be an interesting night, an interesting Bahama mama, and an interesting nachos that was made in a stovetop versus in an oven. But hell yeah, it's still good. This is what happened when I went inside to wash the dishes. So every time I use the sink, it leaks underneath the sink here. This is a true nightmare. Thank goodness I took picture of those pamphlets because there's no one to reach out. And when you reach out to the emergency number, they tell you to download an app called WhatsApp so you can communicate internationally with where this company is in Portugal. I had to exchange messages, very frustrating, with a robot for a while until I got someone to talk to me and exchange several messages for them to tell me to find someone and get the van fixed myself and they would refund me. Disclaimer, it's been months since this trip. They have not refunded my money. I lost an entire day fixing their broken camper van and still no sign of my money back. If you're watching this video and interested in renting, look at this website. You do not want to rent from this company. This is a complete scam. Even their reviews are fake. If you go to their Facebook page, you find in the comments the true messages of what people are experiencing with the scamming company. And if you happen to be watching and you're a victim too, I want you all to know you can dispute the transaction with your credit card. They are a bigger company and you'll be able to get your money back. So y'all, in this channel, you experience a lot of sunrises and sunsets with me. But moonrise on the top of the mountain right there, that's a first. And that is truly one of the most magical things I've ever seen. Now meet Rachel. We ended the night in such a high note in sharing her deep inspirational story.
I'm here with Rachel, the owner of the farm, and we are stargazing. Like, you guys, we can see, like, this camera, as I say every season, every episode is not doing any justice to what we're seeing. And we just saw a massive falling star, shooting star. Oh my goodness, this is insane. See, you all always wonder, you must be so lonely when you travel alone, Selena. No, I meet freaking cool people when I travel alone. Right, Rachel?
Yes.
Wow.
I love how the universe attracts alike. I came to this trip with the energy of connecting with women that are inspiring, so I can inspire you too. And right off the bat, I connected with Rachel. We sat down for drinks and stargazing, and she shared with me her life story. She has 23 children, in between her own and all the foster kids that she and her husband helped. But then, last year, in the middle of a nice dinner in a restaurant, her husband had a heart attack and passed. Rachel moved to this farm with her husband, and both of them have full-time jobs, but together they were able to tackle the farm. But now, she's a one-woman show, taking care of all the kids, the family, her full-time job, and an entire farm by herself. She shared with me that over here, when asking help for men for some tasks that are heavily machine operated, they tell her, you should be able to learn and do it by yourself. The rudeness we women encounter out there sometimes is absolutely baffled, and we got in such a good conversation about how wise it is to delegate tasks and jobs you need to do when needed, especially if you're able to hire someone for a skill that you do not have. Unless it's a skill you want to learn and acquire, then that's okay to tackle yourself. But do not be discouraged to hire help, ask for help. That doesn't make you any less of a woman. That's the message me and Rachel want to leave you this episode with.
What an insane night here in this farm, meeting Rachel. We just had the most amazing conversations, stargazing. You know, when you really connect, like, with the soul of the person, it's insane how sometimes when you're in the right energy, when you're in the right, like, focus, life brings you people in the same vibration. I don't know what you believe, I don't know what your religion is, but we're all connected in this universe. And it is insane how sometimes strangers come together and we just share somewhat the same stories, the same struggles, the same inspiration. So I'm going to sleep in this farm with an amazing feeling of the start of this trip and with a cow mooing right next here.
To my Wonder Womans and adventurers out there, I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and I want to invite you to come join our travel community here. Subscribe, let me know any questions you have in the comments, and join us on Fearless Fridays, where I connect with you to review 5 travel tips from the previous episode, must-dos and don'ts, and I will answer 5 questions that you leave me in the comments either here or in our social media. I'll see you there, adventurers. Meanwhile, catch up with the trailer of the season right here on the screen for you.